Hey everyone, it's Becky here. So today I'm going to Starbucks in the afternoon and just chill, have a cup of coffee. I ordered a pistachio latte and I'm just gonna sketch this super ordinary view in front of me. And here is my simplistic sketching materials. I have a towel to clean my brushes, my Etchr watercolor paints, 2 water brushes for painting, and 2 fine liner pens for drawing. And that's it. I don't need a room of art supplies. And here is my current art journal. I've been working on it for 2 months and 1 week now, drawing almost every day. Sometimes when I'm really busy, I just keep it simple, with just 1 drawing a day. Sometimes if I have more time, I do a full page or even 2 pages in a day. I spend an average 20 minutes up to an hour 30 minutes every day in my art journal. So you can check out some tutorial videos of how I sketched some of these pages. And last Tuesday, I was here at Starbucks and I sketched this view from the other side, looking at the front door. But I forgot to grab my tripod, so I didn't film a tutorial video for that one. And these 2 are the demos for my Sunday class a few days ago. Today, I'm gonna work on this page. So I'll be mainly focusing on the view right in front of me, especially that shelf with colorful cups and mugs for sale, the counter, and the row of lights above, and maybe this side too. So I don't like to plan too much, I like to improvise. So I'm gonna start drawing my Starbucks cup first, starting with the top, and there are layers of rings underneath, the middle part, and the brown cardboard sleeve, and the bottom nice and round. I added a platform for it, the rim and the inner rim, drawing these little details and this Starbucks logo on the sleeve. And that's pretty much it for the line work. It took me 2 minutes, and now I'm ready to add watercolors very quickly, just wetting the surface area first with clear water. So the cup is not completely white. It has a bit of yellowish tone because of the indoor lighting, and mix of ultramarine blue and pink purple for the shadows here and there as I observe. And now it looks more 3-dimensional. Grabbing some medium yellow and brown or burnt sienna to paint the cardboard sleeve. And raw umber for the side of the sleeve that had a little bit of shade. And adding this dark green for the Starbucks logo. Yeah, just let it go wet in wet. I like painting very loosely and just paint a very quick shadow with 1 brush stroke. Intensify the green. Add another darker layer of shadow around the lid here and there. And that's it. So that was a nice warm-up sketch. Now I'm ready to move on to this challenging interior sketch. So I decided to draw these marshmallow-shaped or little cylinder-shaped lights hanging on top. Just so these act as very nice guidelines for where I should put the other important structures in the cafe. So now I'm just drawing this ceiling thing that floats actually underneath the real ceiling. And this line coming down, dividing the 2 walls. And underneath the hanging ceiling, there's a bit of that shelf top. And here is this shelf right in front of me. Pretty straightforward. It had a little bit of 3-dimension. And keep connecting the other things. In front of this shelf, I see these little things. Coffee containers and machines and a countertop. And now I'm starting to draw one of the barista that is working there beside the counter. Her hair is black and she was wearing a black mask too. And there are 2 other baristas standing behind her, chatting. Here is this one. I had to sketch pretty fast because they kept on moving around, being very busy. Here's another one. I start drawing the face and the eyes and the mask. And keep drawing the shelf behind them, the different cubicles of the shelf. And here's the banner with the featured drink in it, and another banner right above their heads. And that's good enough detail for this part of the sketch. Let's finish the vertical countertop lines, and I want to add some more detail for the ceiling. There are a row of lights right there, and they look pretty black, so just color in with solid black. Here's the fan over here, another light, and another light here. And just finishing drawing her body and legs for this barista. There's another counter behind her, some coffee machines and packages behind her. And adding some tiny little details here and there. Darken some of the lines to add more intensity and interest for this sketch. Blenders or jugs over here and some utensils. There's a door here to the storage, I think. And I can see inside the storage there's a bunch of paper cups and stuff. And finishing drawing another vertical line for the counter. Adding some shapes. There's another light in the shape of a cylinder here. It's very black. And it's hanging on a bar and with some more little lights beside it. There's just so many lights in a cafe. Adding some more layers for this shelf. And I'm really waiting for someone to stand in front of that shelf because it really adds more interest. Now I'm just going to draw this girl sitting and studying very intently. Drawing her head and her hoodie, her body with some wrinkles, the chair. And keep adding more details toward the foreground. So after her chair, I see this table in the 3 dimension. And another chair right there. And just adding these side details while waiting for someone to stand in the middle of this scenery in front of the shelf there. So just give more interest. And just adding some more intensity by using dark solid black lines or shapes. And still waiting. While waiting, I'm just adding the upper shelf right there with the mugs for sale. And some coffee packages. Some more mugs and cups for sale. And I think I'm going to keep adding some more details on the side of this sketch while waiting for someone to come to the middle. This is the little hallway, the door to the bathroom. Again, using some solid black to intensify the area. There's some pictures hanging on the wall. They're very foreshortened because they're seen from this very extreme side view. There's another light hanging up over here. So I let my phone to take a 5-minute break while waiting for someone to stand in the middle. And finally, there was a woman coming and waiting for her coffee, but I forgot to record it. Okay, so and I also drew the chairs in front of her. Now I'm ready to add some more final details. So I decided to let the bottom of the sketch loose and open without adding any further details, just so it looks very flexible and inviting. I just added the day and the date. Okay, now I'm ready to paint watercolors, the exciting part. So just wetting the overall area with clear water by squeezing my Holbein Water Brush, just so the colors can spread out very easily and also in a translucent way. And grabbing some warm colors, orange mixed with yellow or yellow ochre to establish a warm, inviting atmosphere of the cafe. I think most of the cafes have this warm yellowish lighting. So just play around with your yellows and oranges, and also keep it pretty translucent. And just wetting their apron area with clear water and grabbing some fresh teal green for their aprons. Very vibrant. Just really want them to stand out with this fresh green color. Okay, I think now I'm ready to kind of move on to the second layer. Just grab some brown or burnt sienna to paint the walls behind these baristas, and this strong medium yellow mixed with orange for the counter there or the shelf. Ultramarine blue mixed with pink purple to paint this gray colored wall over here. So I'm trying to dilute this color a little bit towards this side, so it's not a solid dark blue color, because there's this indoor lighting shining on this wall. Part of it is brighter or having a gradients. And just adding the same color but more diluted for the ceiling. This hanging ceiling is pretty bright with the lights. Just add a little bit light color shadows around. Mix some more ultramarine blue and pink purple. A little bit green too. I think there's another dark area here. And the countertop also has this light grayish tone. Now I'm grabbing some medium yellow and orange to add another more intense layer, and mix in a little bit of burnt sienna or brown. Now I have pretty good contrast in this sketch with this warm yellow brown and the ceilings and the wall on the upper part with dark blue and green. So pretty nice contrast here. Now I am adding these pinks for these cups and mugs for sale, and browns for the packages of coffee. Yeah, just fill in these little shapes with the colors that I see. Mostly browns and pinks. And grabbing some leftover gray for these gray packages, leaving a little bit white for the highlight of the plastic. Even teeny tiny details can be pretty important. And mixing some of my own dark grays by mixing ultramarine blue, pink, purple, and a little bit green together to get my own dark gray, almost a black color. Because I believe nothing in the world is the dead gray. It's always a lively gray, kind of bluish gray or greenish gray. So just painting the shelf. Just clean my brush on the towel and grab some leftover brown for the seats of the chairs. Leftover gray for the legs of the chairs. Lots of overlappings of chair legs. And keep using the leftover brown to paint the shelves behind the baristas. And a little bit lemon yellow for the bright signs or banners. Some yellow glow inside the storage. The pink and brown for the drinks on the banner. Some leftover gray for this metallic thing. Just keep painting the baristas' outfits with the leftover gray, because these days most people are wearing grays and blacks. And paint their faces by mixing my own skin color with brown and a little bit yellow, mixing a little bit red pink. Add some more colors around the back. And a little bit shadows inside the storage door. Add some more dark shadows and then paint this orange light. The bathroom door. And keep using the leftover gray to add the shade or shadows here and there. Very random because there's so many light sources in here. Paint the skin color of this woman. And grabbing some raw umber or dark brown to paint these tables and chairs. And just paint her hair with the leftover yellow brown too. Her pants, I assume, is kind of like a dark blue, and I remember she was wearing this gray jacket, leaving some gaps to give a sense of brightness or shine on the jacket, and adding another layer wet on wet, just so it has some depth, not just a flat sheet of paper. And a little bit shade for her mask, and that's pretty much it. Just adding a little bit of leftover gray for the other girl's back too. Her hair is dark brown. You know, I just like to leave little streaks of white to show highlight and to make the things more lively. Okay, and I think now is the last stage. I think I need a little bit more contrast here and there, especially for the central point. I see some more intense shadows over here, so less water and more paint pigment of mix of ultramarine blue and pink purple. Less water, so the color is more intense. These are the dark shadows that I see, especially there around the corner of the wall. And the lights have a kind of lemon yellow glow. So just a very light wash of lemon yellow on underneath these lights. A little bit dark shade here and there too. And there are lots of streaks of shadows and very mild shadow over here. And lastly, paint these pictures. They have kind of orange-red color. Last bits of colors here and there. The dark grays. And that's it. Here's the look of my finished sketch. It took me pretty much 1 hour or 60 minutes to finish it, from line work to painting. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please click like and leave me a comment below of your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel for weekly updates. I update my channel 2 to 3 times a week. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. See you again very soon.